insights, picks, results. This is Wizard Sports Picks. Beyond the Lines.
Welcome to another edition of Beyond the Lines, presented by Wizard Sports Picks for Sunday, July 19th. Ian Cameron with you, and we're going to talk about the final game of Week 7 in the CFL in just a moment, Winnipeg and Ottawa. But before we get to that, we're going to remind you to check out wizardsportspicks.com. Tons of great handicappers. It, for me in particular, has been a great run from day one here at Wizard Sports Picks. Very proud of the profits we've been able to put up. 716 and 609, the all-time win-loss record at Wizard Sports Picks for me. 54%, 47 units of profit, $4,721 in profit at Wizard Sports Picks, all sports from day one. Right now, CFL in action, off to a winning, profitable start in the CFL, which is the norm for me. It's been a consistently profitable sport for years for Ian Cameron. So very happy with that. But check out all the other handicappers. We've got, Brian Bittler, Matty DeLuca, Joe and Dion D'Amico, Kevin Thomas. Go on down the list. Tons of great handicappers in great form all time. At Wizard Sports Picks. So make sure you check out the website. Enter your email address on the homepage to get free picks sent to your inbox as well. And yeah, right now we've got MLB, CFL, NFL, and college football will be right around the corner as well. Number one in the NFL last year at Wizard Sports Picks, 71 and 50, 59%. 14.92 units of profit in the NFL for me at Wizard Sports Picks. Number one on the website, and we're going to be looking for another monster NFL season in a couple of months when it begins. All right, let's turn our attention to a little CFL football. Sunday night football, CFL style, to wrap up Week 7. Winnipeg Blue Bombers, Ottawa Redblacks. We've got Winnipeg 4.5-point home road favorites, rather. Winnipeg laying 4.5 on the road, 55.5 the total here in this game. The Ottawa Redblacks, it has not been a good season for them. It has not been a good season either for their head coach, Ryan Dinwiddie, who was thought of as a guy that was going to bring this franchise back to prominence, and that has not been the case. This is a fascinating game. A few weeks ago, Ryan Dinwiddie, the head coach of the Ottawa Redblacks, made the decision to trade Drew Brown, one of his quarterbacks, away to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers because he decided Jake Maier is my guy. He is the better quarterback. He's the one I want as my starting quarterback. And since that trade, well, even before the trade, when Jake Maier started, he's been nothing short of abysmal for Ottawa. He's been terrible. The team has not played well either, 0-5 to begin the season. And this goes back to the training camp when Jake Maier was given the starting quarterback job over Drew Brown. Now, reports indicate he outplayed Drew Brown in training camp. Maybe that's true. But at the end of the day, Drew Brown had been the starter here for a couple of years. And Ryan Dinwiddie, from day one, made it known, I prefer this guy, not you. He preferred Jake Maier. Yet, Jake Maier has not rewarded his head coach for that faith, for that confidence, because he's been awful so far. So now, Drew Brown is with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. He started his first game last week back in Winnipeg with the Bombers because Zach Collaros, their starting quarterback, was injured. He played very solidly, very, very well in a win against the Toronto Argonauts last week at home. And now Zach Collaros is out once again for this game, which means Drew Brown will get another start for Winnipeg. And, oh, yeah, he's going back to Ottawa to face the team and the head coach that traded him away and felt he was not good enough. And he was not as good as Jake Maier. You want a guy that's going to be motivated, that's going to be fired up to play his old team. He certainly will be, Drew Brown, in this game. That being said, Ottawa comes into this game with certainly some desperation. They need a win in the worst way. And for all the talk about how Drew Brown, certainly for Winnipeg, was traded away, this is going to want to be a proving game for Jake Maier, too. Like, he's not going to want to come out here and play awful. He is going to want to probably put his best foot forward, show Ottawa, Ryan Dinwiddie, his head coach, that, hey, you made the right decision and kept me here. One thing I want to point out is I have a play on the side in this game at wizardsportspicks.com. You can get that on the website right now. for $30 for the non-guaranteed best bet for tonight's CFL game, $40 for the guaranteed best bet side for the game, and it is on the side. I'm going to give you a totals recommendation here on this video for the game, and I like the over. Now, the over's in the 55 and a half range right now for this game. To me, it just sets up as a game where I think both quarterbacks are going to want to chuck the football. We know Drew Brown can do that. No question about it. I think he's going to want to do that. Actually, you know what? There's some 54 and a halves with the total at BetMGM, DraftKings, and a couple other books. So we'll give you 54 and a half as the total for the over that I'm going to recommend. And the reason I like the over is because I think Ottawa's defense is vulnerable. I think Drew Brown will kind of pick it apart. They're shuffling their secondary around. That's not really a good thing for cohesion. And they just lost one of their leading tacklers, Niles Morgan, linebacker. And that is significant by far because he is one of the better players on this Ottawa defense. I think Winnipeg's offense will have success. Another thing, too, when you lose a key linebacker, that makes you more vulnerable against the run. And that could be trouble against Brady Oliveira. Has had kind of an up and down season, but he does still remain one of the better running backs in the CFL. So this could be a game where Brady Oliveira gets going a little bit on the ground. So I think Winnipeg's offense will have a ton of success here. Ottawa's offense has sputtered. Jake Maier has sputtered. But if there's ever a game where he's going to want to step up and he is going to go above and beyond the call of duty to try to put forth the best game, the best performance that he and his Redblacks offense have had to this point in the season, it will be today to try to prove to his head coach and his organization that you did keep the right quarterback. You did make the right decision to keep me and trade away Drew Brown. So Jake Maier will have that motivation on his side. And I'm still not sure how great the Winnipeg defense is. I love Willie Jefferson and Jake Ceresna on the defensive line. They can get after the quarterback. The linebacking core is not as great as it's been in the past. Secondary, I will say this, I like Evan Holm. They've got some playmakers there, but they've been picked on a bit. I guess the key is Jake Maier going to be capable enough to get the ball downfield, because we have seen him not exactly jumping at the chance to throw a ton of vertical deep shots. But at the end of the day, when I look at this game, I think he's going to really want to push the ball downfield more than ever. Maybe he's not capable of it because we certainly haven't seen it in droves this season. But if he's ever going to try to push the ball downfield for a change, you would think it would be a game like this where he's trying to prove that, hey, I'm not going to let the guy that got traded away beat me. And so I think Ottawa will be aggressive on offense and they'll try to push the ball downfield. And I think we'll see points. We'll certainly see them. I think both ways in this game. I think Ottawa will score some points. I think they will have a decent enough offensive game. The question is, are they going to be able to stop Winnipeg? And I have some doubts about that as well. So put it all together, and I think both teams can contribute enough to the scoreboard to send this game over the total. So Winnipeg, Ottawa, over 54 and a half, minus 115. That is what we will go with for your selection on Winnipeg, Ottawa for the final game of CFL Week 7 right here on Beyond the Lines. That's a wrap for this edition of Beyond the Lines. Check out the website, wizardsportspicks.com. I'm Ian Cameron. Enjoy the games and good luck. And thanks for tuning in to the Sunday, July 19th edition of Beyond the Lines, presented by Wizard Sports Picks.